Okay, so right there, it was a little example of stuff you can do after you practice the basics. So right now I'm here to give you some of the exercises that I do. They kind of hone in on really defining and really, separating your limbs and getting the basics before you play super fast. I mean, we all want to just dive in and have fun and play like our favorite drummer, but the reality is it does take time. I'm going to give you some exercises that I still use to this day to really get your playing clean and get it very tight, and defined. Start, simple one hand, 1 foot rolls between your right hand, your right foot, your left hand, and your left foot. And everybody should have a metronome by this time. If you don't, go out and get one. Just get a simple pocket metronome, something that keeps time for you. Really watch your technique on your feet. Myself, I play heel up, and I play with the balls on my foot down on the pedal. So that's just the technique I prefer. I play very loud and very hard, so that works for me. Let's start with a basic one hand, 1 foot roll. I'm gonna start maybe a set of 4 between my right hand, right foot, left hand, and left foot. Now, if you're right-handed, your left hand and left foot are probably gonna be a little bit weaker. When people buy your record out there, they don't care what handed you are. They wanna hear a nice, solid groove or beat. So, make sure you're getting an equal volume level with your left hand, left foot as you are with your right. I'm just looking at my hand position, I'm looking at my foot position. I'm really making sure the balance on my throne and everything is okay with me. I sit very high on my drum kit. Some of you might want to sit low. So now speeding them up, again, speed is not important, but the faster you get, listen for that punch and cleanliness. Never play sloppy. Obviously, you can elaborate on that and take it as far as you want. You can start doing 2s on your right hand, 2s on your right foot, go to 3s, go to 4s, even go up to 8s. It's kind of fun if you get the metronome up to about 120, 130 and really try to challenge yourself. But again, it's not about how fast you can do it. It's about the precision and cleanliness of your playing right at this point. All the speed and everything will come later. So what I played right there was a fast example of everything that I explained in the beginning. So all the one hand, 1 foot rolls, adding 2, adding 3, adding 4, it's up to you how far you want to take it. I like to improvise and orchestrate all that around the kit, and you can add cymbals. I highly recommend you recording yourself with some kind of device. Just record yourself and listen back and say, man, that's kind of sloppy right there. I need to really, watch my balance when I go to the 4s on my feet because it's speeding up or slowing down. You want those all to sound like a straight line of 16th notes. So there's always time to get fast, just for now, really zone in and trust me, you'll thank me for it later. Just really focus on playing clean and slow. Okay, so there's a lot of things we can do with double kick. So let's start with a really, really basic 16th note groove on the kicks, which is gonna be back and forth, alternating right foot, left foot. And I recommend doing it very, very slow, almost so slow you can't stand to play it. It's that slow. So check this out. So as you can see, that was very, very slow. I'm looking at my feet and I'm really listening to the levels, making sure the volumes are all the same. Again, with your left foot, if it's weaker, make sure you're really digging into that. You see how I play with the balls on my feet about 3/4 of the way up on the pedal. I feel like I have control over the pedal. And if you speed that up a little bit, just go up in increments of maybe 5 on the metronome. Now I'm going to show you a double bass swing shuffle that I've used for years and years. I've actually known drummers to actually get fired from a gig because they don't have their swing together or their shuffle. And it really, it's kind of a little bit difficult to do at first, but just be patient with it like everything else and it's going to come to you. Check it out. Question is, a lot of drummers always want to know, well, what are you pulsing? Are you pulsing your right or your left on the downbeat? My vision is, for a lot of double bass grooves, I'm always keeping my right foot planted on the 1. So in my shuffle, I actually start with the right foot and then left. So it's right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. A lot of drummers play the opposite. They play the left foot planted. And my whole theory is, it's like I treat it like a 16th or an 8th note groove. I'm going to start with my right for the 8th notes or 16th, so why not my shuffle? If you've never tried a shuffle groove before, I highly recommend trying it that way. But ultimately, it comes down to whatever's comfortable for you. Because like I said before, when people buy your record, they don't care what foot you started with. They don't care what hand you started that fill with. So just make it sound good and convincing. Now, a big concern about the shuffle is when you actually perform and execute the shuffle and it turns into a 16th note groove. Now, you have to be really careful. You have to hear that triplet in your head. And a good way to do that is actually play 8th note triplets or 16th note triplets on your snare drum while playing the shuffle on your feet. And I'll give you an example like this, and I'll play a couple different tempos. Everything I just played is everything that I want you guys to kind of try, especially if you're trying double bass for the first time. Slow, 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 and execute everything. That's the key. Play with as many musicians as you possibly can. That's super important to get out and grab a bass player that has Latin influences. Grab a guitar player that is a shredder. Grab a soul vocalist, really just absorb all this music inside you. It's going to make you that much better of a performer and a player. Practice, practice, practice. I'll see you on the road.